did that to him, when you said that to him, he was like, hey, Reggie, who's that? Like, that's Mama. He goes, man, I'm coming tomorrow, right? So by you doing that, the little bit of time that he did have, he actually came out because of what you said to him. It
Wow.
wasn't mean, but he took it as a challenge. And believe it or not, that guy was Special Forces
Wow.
in the Air Force.
Mm.
He literally was like one of those guys that did all the crazy stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
underwater demolitions.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
one of them guys.
Oh,
You would never have known it, based on how he
yeah.
is right now. But
Yeah.
but when you were talking to him, I was like, she has no idea what that guy is. And then you're like, I don't care. You need to work out. Well, I couldn't tell him that. He wouldn't listen to me. But when you said it, it was like, yeah, I guess she's right. So I don't know if
Yeah.
you realize
Yeah.
the impact that you've had. And the boys, the youngest one is 14. I think the older one is 18. Normally, if a 70-year-old person, woman or man, is out there with them, they're going to see you as this old person that should be sitting on the couch, get out of our
Mm-hmm.
business. That's not how they see you. One, they love to see you because, like, when you do your drills, they're
Mm-hmm.
like, this is the only break we're going to get. So, come on, mama, get on over here, right? Mama, what you got for us? But they accepted you, like, as one of them. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
part when I was like, this is crazy. You have these kids who are like running into each other, playing football, track, or whatever it is. And here's a woman that they do not know, but they learn to know you, but they accepted you as an athlete, not some old person, this old woman, this old thing. So I was like, this is kind of like way outside of the sphere of what me, Coach Vint or Coach Jermaine even imagined. So we're happy as heck to have you. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, I love them. And another thing too, talking about the boys, God has given me a heart for for young boys and especially men at period because I know it's such an attack on them. You know, Uh, so, yeah, because I lost my baby boy at the age of 17. So, I pray for them and I was like, God, thank you. I'm praying for the kids that I didn't birth into this world that you have given me. And I cover them to, just keep them up before the Lord because I know that Satan wants to steal their lives
Right.
also. Yeah. So, yeah, and I just want to, you know, show them love, also.
And trust
Yeah,
me,
man.
they feel it. And being out at the pit, I don't think some people realize like it's not just a workout place. It's more of a an environment that has pieces, important pieces. And like
Mm-hmm.
whenever one of you all are not there, it just feels different. Where if you're on a football team, it's like a meat market where, yep, we lost a wide receiver. He was great. Give me another
Mm-hmm.
one. You can't be replaced at the pit. I can't be replaced. It's like a hole. It's a vacuum. And after dealing with like so many people who've come out there before, and then because you get to know them, and then their circumstances take them away, I guess I've been more committed to like getting to know, the people that frequent the place. And
Mm-hmm.
by far, you're the most unique out of all of them. Not because of your age, it's because you're always positive. You're always like, even me with my situation. You're like, well, I'm gonna pray for you, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
But in the end, things just work out, and that's where this program. It's my hope. It's my dream, and it's also the other coaches, the other three that we have. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
technically, yeah, it's the other three: Tap, Vint, and Jermaine. To bring this to communities and bring people together, not
Yeah.
isolate us. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. I don't care if you were NFL. I don't care if you were a professional or not. It's a community thing. It's passing on like wisdom, knowledge, experience, that type of stuff. And that's why I'm always asking you questions. It's like, okay, what would you do different, so on and so forth, because you have more insight on life than somebody like, say, for my age.
Oh, wow. I tell you what, a lot of times I think about the things that my dad used to sit me down and talk to me about, life and general, and he just being so hard headed. And now I'm like, oh my God, I should have listened to my daddy. And so I tell you, I mean, just a lot of things in general. Just speaking to young ladies, I
Yes.
like to speak to the young ladies on this. In general, my mom wasn't the one that talked to me about men. My daddy was the one that talked to me about men. And if I had to listen to him, lot of things, lot of things that I went road that I went down, I wouldn't have never did it. And my daddy, he used to tell me, how a woman, this, okay, guys, this is what my daddy used to say. A man could walk down the street buck naked, but a woman can't do that. He said a man still is going to be a man, but a woman, they look at it. So in other words, my daddy was, he was, how the older people was.
Right.
They, they parents taught them. And so he sit down and talk to me about different things about men and how men was, and how the woman should carry herself, and so I just I thank God for my dad. But I'm sorry to say that I didn't listen to him in a lot of things, and I made a lot of mistakes and a lot of stuff that I went through that I wouldn't have never went through if I would have listened to him. And they always had that saying, bought sense is better than told sense. And believe me, you don't want to buy it. Please listen to somebody that have experienced stuff that you may be going down the road, and so basically I would say that a lot of things that I have went through, I would have, for one thing, I would have went to school, got my education, and I would have, waited on marrying. I always wanted to be married. I don't know why.
Uh huh.
I think it's because I always seen people, and that's what somebody said. Whatever you saw in life, that's what you wanted. And so I think it's because that's all I saw. I saw everybody was married and people was getting married, and I used to see them get married
Uh
in the
huh.
white dresses and all that. And that's what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be married. But my life didn't turn out the way that I wanted to turn out.
Right.
And sometimes I was like, God, this is not what I really wanted. I wanted to be married. I didn't want to be, not married. But my life didn't turn out. I have 5 children. I had five, four living and one deceased. So, but yeah, I would say, young ladies, please listen to someone, and I pray that you don't go down those roads. Hey, just get your education, and if you don't want to go to school, get some kind of background, do something. Don't just sell it for anything. Hey, but
No. I
yeah,
have I have 3 daughters. The older one is 30. And I swear to goodness, I will tell them, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. And they will look me in the face, Dad, I know better. And I'm not kidding. 2 or 3 years down the road, Dad, can you help me? And I'm like, no, I told you not to do that. That was the consequence. I don't know how you did not see that. And it's like a
yeah.
repetitive thing over and over and over. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, I mean, sometimes, like my daddy used to say, bought sense is better than told sense. Sometime, maybe one day they'll wake up and like, oh, I should have listened to my daddy, but anyway,
No, I
yeah,
get it. Trust me, I do. And here's, I guess, in this day and age, I'm looking at how do we bring forward community, not just necessarily through physical fitness, because this program, these kids, once the donations and stuff comes in, I'm building 401k for these kids. I'm actually employing them.